A true ambassador of the game. The only bowler to win a title in 6 different decades. This Hall of Famer won 26 titles.
He converts it. It's over now.
He was the definition of a classy champion. Admired and respected by everyone who met him on and off the lanes. He truly made an unforgettable impression on the sport of bowling, a sport he loves so much. Today, we honor his legacy in sunny Southern California, where the second half of the Denny's PBA Tour is underway. Who emerges in the land of stars today? We find out next.
Oh, it's got to be Sunday. Got to be Sunday.
From Fountain Bowl in Fountain Valley, California, not far from Los Angeles, ESPN proudly presents live coverage of the Denny's PBA Tour. Today, we honor the great Dick Weber with a throwback 5-man stepladder format. We started with 153 bowlers. They rolled 15 games of qualifying to cut to the top 24. Those bowlers competed in 24 games of round-robin match play that included one positioning round game. In the end, it's all about total pinfall. The top 5 made the stepladder finals. Jason Couch, the top seed. He awaits all challengers. One right-hander on our show. It's the King, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Well, bowling fans, welcome to Southern California. Glad you could join us today. Dave Brown alongside Chris Barnes, filling in for Norm Duke. Glad to have Chris back on TV, and Randy Peterson. Well, our top seed has really struggled mightily over the past 2 years in the stepladder format. 0-9, Randy. But Jason Couch, our top seed today, thinks he can change all that.
Well, Jason Couch had a very tough first half of the season, but the new year has brought new life for the most powerful lefty on tour. Jason has been red hot on this West Coast swing, finishing 3rd in Reno and 6th last week. This week, he's your tournament leader in the stepladder format, totally dominating this event. He is your defending champ, and in his mind, this is his tournament.
This is the first time since 2003, Windsor Locks, Connecticut, we have 4 left-handers on one show. The lone righty that year in a blizzard in the snow, remember that was Mika Koivuniemen, who won that show. Now, Walter Ray, Chris Barnes, is the lone right-hander today. Can he repeat the feat?
Well, if anyone can do it, Walter can. He is truly amazing. In a week where I had 3 games over Jason Couch's average, Walter found a way in the last block to average over 245 to overtake Mike Scroggins for the 5th spot. He's counted on his full bag of tricks this week. He's played them straight. He's played them slow from as far left as 25. And in qualifying, he was as far left as 30. You don't get to see it on TV much, but Walter is amazing at a lot of different things, and he's going to have to pull them all out this week to overtake this field.
This week's oil pattern, we like to call this the strip pattern. We use this a lot in the mid-90s. And what that means is oil, a little bit less oil, oil, a little bit less oil, and so on. The player said this is the slickest they've ever seen the outside part of the lane. And Chris, you bowled on this firsthand. Give us some insight.
Well, the left-handers to have any chance at all are going to, well, they're going to be playing up 11-12, and they're going to use the shim at 13-14. Walter, to have any chance, needs to break down 11-12. If it doesn't break down, he'll move into 20. And it'll be difficult for him to outstrike him.
45 feet of these strips, and the one thing that was common for all the players on the telecast today, they all said the same thing. You cannot give the pocket away. You got to go as straight as possible.
We honor the late, great Dick Weber today. Last week was fellow Hall of Famer Earl Anthony in Medford, Oregon. 2 Hall of Famers, a dream matchup to begin our broadcast today from sunny Southern California. Walter Ray Williams Jr. As Pete Weber is there with wife Tracy. Honor his father. Good start for Walter Ray. And we talked about the incredible change in his game plan. Doesn't look like he's going to be hooking the ball much. Looks like the old Walter Ray. And Parker Bohn told us last night, a fellow Hall of Famer from Jackson, New Jersey, that he figured Walter Ray would bring his A game, meaning going right at the head pin, which he did. Here's Parker. Great start.
And right away, Chris, you can see just how little the balls are reacting in the back part of the lane. And boy, when you talk about a dream Ace Hardware matchup, this is truly it.
Walter Ray Williams, Parker Bohn, 2 legends of the game. They have a pretty good head-to-head record. It's 4-3 in Walter Ray's favor. You have $6 million in earnings between these two.
Two of the greatest to ever play the game right there. First matchup.
Hard to beat it. 22nd year on tour. Great start for the lefty.
Boy, when you try to emulate styles, this is one you'd certainly want to try to copy, whether you're left or right-handed. And Parker's been doing just what you've seen for many years out here. Contrary to that style, check out this style, which kind of reminds me of somebody trying to have a sword fight with a hummingbird. But just so great at repeating shot after shot. Truly amazing.
He's got an amazing mind. He sees angles differently than most bowlers. He'll play lines that people won't normally play because it doesn't look like it's going to carry, and he just out-repeats people time after time.
Saw the path of television for Walter Ray, and head-to-head in the round-robin match play. We told you about the format a few moments ago against the bowlers on this show, how Walter Ray fared. Not the hit he wanted there, two-pin, and this is fourth TV show of the year. It's second behind Wes Ballot, tied with Parker Bohn the third for fourth.
You could see he was trying to play 13. He got it to 12. This is what happened all week long. You missed a board right. He's pretty lined up because he left the two-pin. When you weren't lined up, it was the 2-8-10, and it was disaster.
Old Deadeye takes care of the single-pin conversion as usual. 42 career titles. His last championship came, of course, at the Japan Cup to set the all-time record, breaking Earl Anthony's mark.
Get in there. Come on, keep it in.
Walter Ray, 47 years old. One question we had when we had the Reno broadcast a couple of weeks ago, how long will he do it? He said, as long as I'm competitive, can stay in the top 10 or 15 in the world, and win tournaments, he will stay on tour. 7-pin.
Week 7 for Parker, and Parker this week is bowling with a heavy heart. His father-in-law, Roger Beamish, passed away this past Wednesday, and our condolences from the players and the PBA and all of us here at, on the tour. We send our condolences out to the Beamish family, Parker Bohn's family, Doug Kent, who actually flew home after he was finished on Thursday. So our hearts go out to the families.
Doug's wife, Chrissy, is sister of Leslie,
Gotta knock him
Parker's wife, so they're all related. And watching today in Michigan, we pass along our best to their family. Very unusual not to have Leslie watching with either Justin Bratton or little Sydney supporting Parker here on tour. Hope to see Leslie back soon. Ten-pin.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Didn't knock it over that time.
Well, as you see this ball go through the pocket, it's just a little bit high, and you watch the 3-pin. It'll go right over the top.
And a little unusual. I mean, normally you see that when the balls are really hooking in the back part of the lane. And, you know, we talked about the lack of ball reaction down the lane. Stone, 10-pin for Parker Bohn the third.
Watch out. Missed it. Boy, that ball was hooking quite a bit. You could tell upon release that the 10-pin was not going to be easy there. He fans on it for an open frame.
Chris, and it almost, you know, he shot this 7-pin and it looked like he almost missed that. And he follows it up with missing the 10-pin. And he's been struggling with single-pin spares as of late.
If anyone can take advantage here, Randy, it's Walter Ray, who has a 10-pin himself. Neither bowler effectively in the 1-3 or the 1-2 pocket for the left-hander Parker Bohn the third.
Boy, and these are the crushers. It's been hard enough to get to the pocket all week long. You get there, you ring the 10. It just, they're backbreakers.
There is a 10-pin. Playing on the strip pattern we showed you. 45 feet, 2 feet longer than the longest name pattern on the Denny's PBA Tour. It's a very unique strip feel for it. And Walter Ray, because of this, had to really hook the ball this week.
He did, Dave, and it was amazing. If you watched him Friday night, he actually went to 4 steps, moved up on the approach, went to 4 steps so he could bring his ball speed down. Folks at home, you have no idea how difficult it is. When the pattern's really tough, you change and alter your approach just so you can get your ball to do that. Takes a lot of skill.
He told us last night he sincerely doubted a right-hander, including himself, would make the show, and Chris knows all about how the righty struggled. It took one missed strike for Mike Scroggins in the positioning round, the very last game of all the round-robin match play here on Friday for Walter Ray to make the show. Scroggins needed a double in the 10th, could not hit the first strike, and Walter Ray was in. That was it. That close. Otherwise, we have 5 lefties.
Uh-oh. He's back. Boy, that ball reaction looked pretty nice, too. It looked like he got it just aboard left, and boy, reacted perfectly. And obviously, all 10 go down, which is a good sign.
Well, ironically, Parker's look has gotten better as the blocks have gotten longer. His pace hasn't necessarily gone up as the blocks have gone on, but the rest of the left-handers have struggled as we've gotten further in. The front breaks down a little bit, more oil down lane, less angle in the pocket, and more 7-pins. Parker's doesn't change that much.
In his 100th career TV appearance coming today, Parker Bohn III has a nice look. His theme, win or bust, for his late father-in-law, Roger. So much emotion on the line for Parker Bohn III and fellow Hall of Famer Walter Ray Williams Jr. as well. On ESPN is brought to you by Denny's. Denny's always works. By Ace, the official hardware store of the PBA. Ace, the helpful place. By the United States Bowling Congress, ensuring the integrity and protecting the future of the sport of bowling. Bowl with us. And by Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. For the lowest price of any national chain, go to motel6.com. Looks for a turkey coming up, but Walter Ray right now, chance for an 11-pin lead. 2 Hall of Famers head-to-head here. Stepladder final, trying to work their way up. 10-pin.
Too hard. Get that speed soft. Bless it. Come on.
Chris, does he go to 4 steps now or 4.5 steps to try to keep it soft? Because obviously speed is a factor. I mean, look just how slick the lanes are, and that's why the ball flat 10. It just never got to the 1-3 right way.
Yeah, Rainey, I don't think he can move left yet. To have any chance to win 3 more matches, he's got to stay in this spot, and he's just got to find a way to make it strike so that he can move in later if he needs to.
Converts a single pin conversion, has the 10-pin. Our Flomax Weekly Update, 49th last week, but in Reno did make the show, lost to Patrick Allen in the finals, bidding for his 43rd career title. So after match play, the 5th and final seed to make it to the show. Stepladder finals. He really likes this format, he told us last night. All 10 down.
Come on, get on a little bit.
Watch this ball finish a little bit harder in the back part of the lane because of the speed, and that one faces up the pocket properly.
Back to Parker. Chance to take a lead here. Oh, a tap on number 7, but it stands.
Chris, right now the difference in the match is the single pin spare that Parker Bohn missed when he missed the 10-pin in the 4th frame. Otherwise, the lead would be his. But having no problems getting to the pocket.
However, he did miss a single pin conversion in this match. Flirting with disaster on the 7-pin as well. We saw the numbers, unfortunately for him, increasing on the missed single pin conversions. A 14-10 record, and against the bowlers on the show, you see how he did. There's a 7-pin again.
Chris, what's the adjustment now? There's obviously a carry problem in the Bohn camp. What does he do?
Well, it looks like he's got transition now, where there's more oil down lane. It's causing his ball to hit a little flatter. All week long, he doesn't chase in. I mean, he doesn't move right and hook it more. He has to get firmer, up on top of it, and just make them fall over.
First time we've seen him on TV since December 10th in Baltimore. Beltway Classic won by Sean Rash. Just won last week.
effort.
Walter Ray, 47 years old, more than willing to keep going. His brilliant Hall of Fame career. All 10 down for him. And Chris, we talked with Walter last night about NFL players like Tiki Barber is retiring top of his career, top of his game after what may be a Hall of Fame career for him. He said, look, we don't make the millions of dollars that football players do. I'm going to have to bowl out here for a while, and I love staying competitive. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, this guy, since I've been on tour, this is in my 9th season, we've written him off at least 3 different times, and he's won Player of the Year at least once after each of those times.
And don't kid yourself, he is loaded.
He's done okay, has he? All-time money earnings winner in history because of shots just like that one.
Did he say hook? I mean, fade. What happened there?
He's obviously developed a little bit of hook spot in the front there. He got it in, and that ball sat. That does not bode well for the rest of the field.
Well, you said it earlier. He got all that practice. Maybe he built up a spot. Parker Bohn, the third, needs to strike out. 9th and 10th have a chance.
There's one.
Strikes out. He shoots 225. Walter Ray right now going at a 228 pace, meaning if he goes spare strike, he'll be in the high 220s with good count first ball in the 10th. So Parker is going to need some help. Not only that, he can't afford to miss in the 10th frame.
Parker told us last night that distinct possibility Walter Ray could really have a great run here as the lone right-hander. Parker many times in his great career has been the lone lefty on a show. No traffic on the right side except for Walter.
And what did Jason Couch, our tournament leader, say in the interviews? He said he's only afraid of one guy today, and that one guy being Walter Ray.
Another big strike. Boy, he needs them so badly here late in the match. Keep his faint hopes alive. A long time since Parker held the trophy aloft. January 16th, 05 against Chris Barnes in the semifinal. Sorry, Chris. Robert Smith in the finals. El Paso, Texas. Beat Smith 288-235.
Big shot here. This keeps Walter Ray honest. Got it.
Which it does. Late hit on the 6-pin there for the 30-time titleist. He's 5th all-time. Denny's PBA Tour Championships. The all-time great guys and great bowlers. In many ways, a modern-day Dick Weber. Really an ambassador of the sport.
4-time Steve Nagy Sportsmanship Award winner.
For good reason. And he finishes well here.
Hall of Fame finish right there.
He told us last night how desperately he wants to win this for his late father-in-law, Roger. Passed away from cancer this week in Michigan. Trying so hard for his family. Win or bust, that was the theme for Parker. 4th seed stepladder format. Now Walter Ray steps up with a chance to win it. 10-pin.
Spare here.
A little more lift. Come on.
And another flat 10, and he's a winner.
Watch here, the speed was much better, though. He was much softer with it, and he gave it a chance. This lane's been his tough lane. If he gets firm on it, he can go by and bucket pretty easy.
Spare 9, he moves on. Spare 8, we have a tie.
There's the spare. Now he needs 9 to win. Remember last year, guys, at this very event, we had a roll-off. Norm Duke, Jason Couch. Couch won that en route to the title. Defends his championship here today. For his 14th career crown. He's the #1 seed, awaiting all challengers. How many times in his great career? Moments just like this. Chance to close the door. Which she'll do.
Boy, as soon as he let go of it, he started running it out, Chris, and It almost looks like he gave it a little bit extra and went a little more direct just to stuff it right into the 1-3.
That's exactly what it looked like. Well, time and time again out here, you cannot miss a spare and give guys that are this good 10 pins.
The youngster, Andrew Cain. Never heard of him? We hadn't either until this week, at least on the Denny's PBA Tour. He just joined the tour this week after a nice stint with Team USA. His first ever TV match, good luck, kid, against the King. That's next. Andrew Cain joined the PBA Tour, applying for membership a week ago. The Arizona State All-American is here, and he's got a lead on Walter A. Williams Jr., leading us ready to the Atomic Edge.
One of the things that Andrew keys on is his first step. Notice how short it is. He's all about tempo. He has to keep that first step short and then let everything flow. But we've talked about swing direction time and time again out here on tour. Watch this. Out to in. Beautiful, beautiful swing. Keeps the elbow in the hand, tucked to the inside, and creates a beautiful release.
2002 Bowler Journal Amateur of the Year. He's never been on TV before. How about that? Against the all-time tour title leader, Hall of Famer.
Make some good shots.
That's what Walter A. wanted. Told us last night, Chris, he really feels fortunate to have gotten this far, to be the only right-hander on the show. With all the lefties doing so well, went to that last shot we talked about against Mike Scroggins, but he wants to make the most of his opportunity, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can call it fortunate if he wants, but it was nothing short of phenomenal. Not very often, week in, week out, you see everybody bowl that you're truly impressed by somebody's effort, and wow.
This is to tie it. He'll do it. Big double for Walter Ray. We're all even.
Let's see what kind of character young Andrew Cain has now that Walter Ray has evened up the match.
Andrew told us last night it's just been overwhelming. Around the first block of qualifying in this total pinfall event, he had a great look. He thought, I've got a chance against these great bowlers. And here he is. And there's a 10-pin. Chris, you like that one?
That's the second one.
Are you kidding me?
Second one of the day. The toughest shot to throw, I believe, is the one right out of the commercial. You've sat on the bench for 3.5 minutes. He did get to watch Walter throw, so he gets back in the flow of things. But then he throws a great shot and just doesn't get it.
Perker left the same thing on the same lane, if I'm not mistaken, right?
And did the same exact thing. He fans on the 10-pin. A late open disaster for the youngster. And our 3-seed Andrew Cain from the Phoenix area.
All right, it was on the other lane, right?
Yeah.
Same exact hit, same exact result. Unbelievable.
Certainly a better shot. And a 7-pin for young Andrew Cain, making his TV debut today. You guys remember your first ever TV show? What was it like to be out there for the first time?
It's scary. I qualified second in my first singles appearance. I qualified second behind Mike Durbin in Tucson. I shot 156, and David Ozio ran through the field and won. It's very scary.
Yeah, for me, it was, I led in Albuquerque, and they were hard, and I shot 163, though, you know.
A little better.
All right, sure, you clipped me by 7.
Yeah, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter the number.
Oh, guys, the door is open now for Walter Ray. Looks for the turkey here, 22-pin lead. Chance to put away the youngster. And the 5 was teetering there for a moment, but down it goes.
Take a look at the move that Walter Ray made from match number 1. Watch this. He's right around the 13th board. This match here, let's take a look to see how many boards left he's moved. Right around 16. So a good 3 boards left with his target. Chris, how many boards do you think he's moved with his feet?
No more than his angles changed, probably only 4, maybe 5 at the most, but probably 4. He does it mostly with drift more than where he starts, and he's changed his speeds to allow it to happen.
Keep in mind, folks at home, anytime the lanes start to change, you always want to move your feet and your target. I see a lot of amateurs at home only moving their feet, and they leave their target the same, and all that does is increase angle.
Guys, interesting to see the balk there from Walter Ray. That happened in Reno. Heading into the 10th frame in the finals against Patrick Allen. Was distracted by a photographer off lane there. He rarely stops in the middle. Looks for a 4-bagger here.
Look out. Look out.
Touch high. And a 9-pin. Could have gone up by 32 pins there.
The ball better than that.
Yeah, it wasn't a good shot, and he knows it, but you know what? Not a lot of margin for error for Walter Ray on this pattern. Walter Ray spare here, strike spare 10th frame. Doesn't matter what Andrew Cain does. Walter Ray will move on. And this guy doesn't miss spares, does he, Chris?
They're trying to climb the ladder here on the 3rd match.
Everywhere. Come on.
Next seed, 2 seed in this event is Patrick Allen. Number 1 seed is Jason Couch. A couple of great lefties, along with Walter. Those 3 guys were involved in the Reno show to begin the 2nd half of our season 2 weeks back, won by Patrick Allen. It was his 8th title. Here's Andrew Cain again. Trying to get back in it.
One time.
Well,
Put
that's a
some
great
pressure on the
recovery
kid.
there. Great recovery. You know, he left the stone 7, and it's so hard to not throw the next one a little bit firmer, and it's exactly what he did in the left lane. He got a little firmer. He flat 7'd. He throws all 3 here in the 10th. He forces Walter to strike on his first ball.
Another one. He's found that 1-2 pocket perfectly. The criminal justice major at Arizona State. You said that's really to fall back on. What I really want to do is bowl full time on the Denny's PBA Tour, and this is the way to do it. And knock off Walter Ray, win this title today somehow. Won't be easy. Greats like Patrick Allen and Jason Couch awaiting him if he can get by the king. What a story.
He's pulled a great game, too.
Six pin there.
Now Walter Ray can breathe. He knows that all he needs is a mark to move on.
And this shot just gets a little bit wide. You heard him say it. And the one thing he talked about all week, he wasn't able to get it back from for the left. He was using the shim, a little bit of more oil to the right for him to make the ball hold, and that's how he's creating his area.
Trying to become the 11th lefty. As we see 2 other southpaws waiting in the wings. Jason Couch to the right is our top seed. There's Patrick Allen.
They look mad.
They look ready. Now Walter Ray needs his mark.
They look like they want to take this guy down.
It's murderer's row there.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to win. And there's the 10 pin. He liked it on the release.
Come on.
Just a spare. If he misses it, we have a tie, but Walter Ray doesn't miss single pin spares, does he, Chris?
They said he actually missed 2 this week, which I find
I've
incredibly
never
hard to believe.
seen him miss a single pin. The spare conversion, he won't do it here. He'll have the mark and the victory over the youngster Andrew Cain. Wow.
Take a good look there. You may be seeing a little bit more of Andrew Cain out here.
He's got plenty of game, like you alluded to earlier. He's got that great swing that pushes it. You know, it's so key on the left side to be able to manipulate your break point front to back more than right to left like it is on the right side. And that swing will allow you to do a lot of things. He'll be around for a while.
Next up, Patrick Allen, a rematch of the H&R Block Classic to begin the 2nd half of our season 2 weeks ago in Reno, Nevada, won by Patrick Allen. Walter Ray would love nothing more than to win the rematch. Stepladder Bohn, nothing more exciting in the Denny's PBA Tour. Walter Ray's 1-2. Can he make it 3? Patrick Allen is next. We find out on the way. The Dick Weber Open on ESPN is brought to you by Columbia 300, the official PBA supplier of high-performance bowling balls. Columbia bowls the world over. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com. And by Prescription Flomax. Yeah, Randy Peterson still has plenty of fans. Not on tour anymore, but plenty of those folks love it.
Wow, they're a lot cuter now than I remembered before.
Checking in with the stepladder format, Walter Ray Williams Jr. able to knock off fellow Hall of Famer Parker Bohn III, and then Andrew Cain, who just joined the PBA Tour a week ago. Next up, Patrick Allen, former Player of the Year 2 seasons ago.
And Chris, may I be so bold as to say I think Walter Ray is going to have to bowl a lot more than 216 to win this game?
Absolutely.
Another mother may I, as Norm Duke would say. Norm, get well soon. Still with the bad toe, but another mother may I step to the left for Walter Ray, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he's moving in deeper. He's getting pretty close to where he was last night when he made his big run. And evidently that's where he's trying to get to as fast as he can.
Here's Patrick Allen, 36 years old, from the Tampa, St. Pete area. What an incredible story we've heard from him this year. The 2 seed leaves the 10 pin first half of the year. Was top 15 in rankings, but did not make a show, Chris. He makes a ball change, goes back to his original equipment manufacturer, and then not only makes the show in Reno, but wins it.
It's pretty amazing. Confidence is everything. And once you start to have some self-doubt, you have to make some changes, physical game changes or something else to key yourself and allow yourself mentally to feel like you can win again.
And let me just make a point that there was nothing wrong with the equipment that Patrick Allen was using, because there's a guy by the name of Wes Malott that uses the same exact equipment, and he's leading the tour in just about every statistical category. So it wasn't a ball issue. He didn't match up. And speaking of matchups, here's your Ace Hardware matchup. PA, Walter Ray. Well, the lefties, they did out-average all of the right-handers this week, and Patrick Allen, boy, he was zeroed in all week long. Again, riding that wave, coming off the win in Reno. He had a good showing last week in Medford, another show, and this is all about all of the lefties and one lone right-hander.
Amazing. And Patrick has done quite well head-to-head with Hall of Famers. He's 6 in one lifetime. Twice he's defeated Walter Ray and Pete Weber, who's in the house here, and Tom Baker and Amaletto as well. And there's one of our lane technicians, assistants, Vince Failer, helping out, making sure all's well down lane there.
And let's, for a moment, talk real quick about the PBA experience. The PBA and the USBC have combined forces to allow league bowlers to experience the same lane conditions, except for this pattern, because this is a special pattern, the strip pattern. But the named patterns, shark, cheetah. Nice shot, PA. The league started on January 1st, have been well received by all the bowlers across the country.
Be sure to head to PBA.com or bowl.com for more information about the PBA Experience Leagues. Check it out in person. I understand really good turnouts early. Folks really enjoying the chance to compete on real Denny's PBA Tour oil patterns.
There's been great participation. It's what I practice on at home too to get ready for the tour. It's been great, a great learning tool for me and a way to keep sharp out here, way more than in years past.
Boy, why would you not want to play the same golf courses the pros play? Well, here's your chance to play on the same oil patterns that we play on week in and week out. Or I should say we, because I'm not bowling every week, but the same oil patterns the pros are playing on week in and week out. Walter Ray, big giant move left. He's got that hand going around the side now, Chris, and all of a sudden we may be looking at a situation where Walter Ray has created a little something for himself out at the arrows.
Boy, you can see the ball speed reduced there, and a perfect 1-3 pocket strike for Walter Ray.
Check out this side rotation. You see that hand on the side? What that does is it helps the ball to push to the right, but because he's got that side rotation, it also helps the ball to change direction and go back towards the 1-3. What I like to see is the deeper you move onto the lane, the more you have to get the ball to go away from the head pin, the more rotation you need to get it back.
Patrick Allen in an early hole. He is off the mark there and has a 3-pin.
This shot looks like it's just a little bit further left than he wants to go. That last tracer right there, he needs to be on top of that or inside of that, to the right of that. That's where these guys have been really lighting them up.
Patrick said he wasn't 100% sure it was just the equipment change he had to make. A lot of it had to do with confidence in the first half where he didn't make a show. That's remarkable for a former player of the year. Made a career high 6 TV shows last year. But he's made the change in equipment. Wins his first show back, now makes a TV show 2 weeks later. He's back on the scene, no question. Here are some of the matches he had, round-robin match play, against the other bowlers on our TV show today. Already Parker Bohn, the third, Andrew Cain, the newcomer to the tour, have been dispatched by the legend Walter A. Williams Jr. He's off to a great start here with a turkey against the 2-seed Patrick Allen.
Wow.
Mamma mia, did you see that ball hit the pocket? Oh my Lord.
We just talked about where that ball had to get down lane at that tracer, and this one gets another board outside of it down lane. Look at this very last tracer, right there. That was another board outside of it, and he caught a handful of that one and got it back from no man's land.
What do you mean by tracer?
The Pro-Am lane has 2 tracers down the lane at 40 and 45 feet. The closer ones are at 15th board, the downlane ones are at 45.
Bit high there, a split for Walter Ray.
And those are just secondary targets, and they allow you to check break points. Guys have gotten much better at using them. And you see here, Walter, he's gotten a lot slower. He's gone to 4 steps now. He just didn't make quite a big enough move on this lane. Cuts through it. We didn't see very many of these this week.
I think he got the ball in because he motioned for the ball to push right as soon as it left his hand.
Split. Almost gets it. The 4-9 leaves the 9-pin open frame for Walter Ray after the turkey to begin this match. And Patrick Allen works on a strike.
For the spare ball, he's using 5 steps. He's off the back of the approach. This is pretty normal for Walter Ray. Like Randy talked about earlier, for his first ball now, watch, he'll be up at the front set of dots, and he'll cut his steps down to 4.
1-1 his career against Patrick Allen, including a final in Reno a couple weeks back. Lost 255, 247. It's a great look from our crew where it starts. And the finish. All 10 down. 60 feet to success for Walter Ray.
Little 4 steps with a little shuffle step just to get him started.
But there is an opening for Patrick Allen now. Down 6 pins. Works on a strike here. 5th frame. Chance to take a 4-pin lead. It's not too late to join the PBA's new Fantasy Bowling League. It's free to play, and there are lots of great prizes to be won, including official PBA gear, autograph memorabilia. The PBA Fantasy League site has a new look and exciting features. To join the league, click to the interactive link of the PBA.com homepage. Check it out today. PBA.com. Late hit on number 7, and a lead for Patrick Allen.
Wow. This is marvelous. Watch this. A little bit of back in there, and then a lot of pin dancing on the deck.
I thought one of the most amazing stats about Patrick this week, not only did he average 242 in his wins, but he was probably the most consistent guy because he averaged 221 in his losses. That's tough to beat.
Sure is. One of the top lefties of so many southpaws. Dominant this week on the strip oil pattern we talked about.
Oh, little Fountain Valley shim, baby. Never hurt nobody.
Patrick Allen, 5th all-time on TV. Not a bad win percentage, nearly 67%, 22-11. How about that? but he's against the all-time tour title leader in Walter Ray Williams Jr. Got a great match. Walter Ray trying to climb the ladder. More on the way. The Vegas area for the first time since January of 2003. Strike Zone, Sunset Station. Check out the times, ticket information for the Pro-Ams at PBA.com. Then we're going to El Paso, Texas. Looking forward to returning that part of the great state of Texas. Last time we were there, Parker Bohn III won his last title in early 2005. David Osborne, Gary Foreman, Vice Presidents of Operation Administration for Fountain Bowl. Once again, we are back here in Orange County. Sixth straight year that ties for the most consecutive centers we've been to in the PBA Tour.
Ozzy, love your tri-tip. And for those folks that have never had tri-tip, it's kind of a West Coast thing. Started in Santa Maria, California, where I used to live.
Walter Ray out of the break. Cuts it to 4 pins. A close match with Patrick Allen.
Tri-tip is a steak that you barbecue.
More like that.
Just in case you were wondering, Dave.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of great, anytime you say the word great, I think you should follow it up with Walter Ray Williams Jr. And right now he's looking to take the lead, working on a double.
47 years old. He said, sure, my body aches a lot more than it used to. Sometimes less, but he's still competitive. Still firing. And still making big shots like that to take a lead in the match with Patrick Allen.
When was the last time you seen Walter Ray this fired up, Chris?
You know, I think he feels it. He's been on a mission all week long. He was really, really grinding it through this tournament when it didn't look like he had a chance.
He said, after I'm done bowling, well, what else would I do? Golf, horseshoes? Come on. Not as fun as bowling. He wants to compete still.
Sit home and count his money? Yeah, that wouldn't be any fun.
Not for Walter. I don't think it would. Here's Patrick Allen. Big strike.
Ooh, that's nasty.
The PA looks pretty comfortable right now. Oh, man.
It's almost time for the mop. He gets one more, 2 more, and you may hear the mop erupt, referring to PA.
He's been red hot on TV. Goes back to the Grand Rapids win last season, which prior to Reno was his last title. Looks for a 5-bagger in frame. Wow, 10 down.
What do you say, Fountain Valley? That's right.
This looks familiar. 2 weeks ago in Reno, Patrick got the crowd going at the National Bowling Stadium, and the same case here against Walter Ray. The King would like to change the result, however.
Well, I think right now he's at the point where he has to keep striking to win this match, because I don't think Patrick Allen's going to miss again.
Is to go down 4 pins, needs it. Has it.
Come on.
Hold me.
This ball's inside. This crosses right at 19, which is another 3 boards left to where he was at. This right lane's key for him because it's a little bit tighter down lane. The ball doesn't hook back as much. He can't get it as far right. He's going to throw 3 big ones in the 10th to have any chance in this game, and he's going to need some help from Patrick to even get that opportunity.
The brilliant technician, making his moves. The only right-hander on the show. A pattern dominated by lefties. Can he do it again? You bet. 10-pin down.
He may be more underrated for his versatility than anybody on tour. Most of the time on TV, you see him playing 10. He's playing 20. He's out-hooking the other guys on the show and getting it done.
I mean, most of the time you see him playing like first arrow. He's throwing it really hard and straight from out. I mean, that's his bread and butter, but he does it because he's bowling on a fresh oil pattern. Fresh oil, not a lot of games on it, just the practice. But he can play anywhere on the lane. Make no mistake about it.
Another big strike. Who's he beaten his last several wins? Well, Pete Weber, Patrick Ely Jr., Grand Rapids en route to a title last year. Then 2 weeks ago, Pete Weber and then Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the final in Reno. And remember the flop. Oh.
I struck an intent to be Walter Ray.
He told us afterward, just a dream come true. What an opportunity. He's setting himself up in a similar position now. Perfect on the lane so far. 10-pin, 7-pin, excuse me. A bit non-strike there for Patrick Allen.
This is a great shot, though. This is exactly what he wants to do. Gets it just inside that tracer down there. That is the ace that he was looking for, and he loved it right off his hand.
Yeah, that's pretty good for the money right there. Walter Ray now has a chance. Best PA can shoot is 249. Walter Ray can double in the 10th, shoot 260.
Seen a couple of missed single pin conversions today.
Look out.
Whoa! Got the side of the pin.
Hey, I told you it was going to take more than 216 to beat PA.
How about that? Sometimes the lane gets down to about 80 feet to success.
Yeah.
On some of those single pins at the end.
And I was right once, once out of every 30 times. That's not bad.
Oh, like you've never been on TV before.
Oh, Patrick, you have.
We didn't like that shot, and I thought it was pretty good.
Boy.
I guarantee you the folks at home thought it was pretty good.
22-11 career numbers on TV. 5th best all-time win percentage. Plenty of experience under the lights. Shots like that prove the point.
Had there been a little bit of feel at the bottom that he didn't like any other shot, because those are identical as far as where they cross the arrows and down lane.
Walter Ray, I'm sorry, Chris. Walter Ray must strike first ball in the 10th frame to beat Patrick Allen.
Won't happen. 4-pin stands. He liked it.
When the last time on that,
bagger.
sorry, Dave, the last time he was on that lane, he went high and he liked this, which tells me he should have moved.
I think he did move. The angle through the front looked like it was bigger, and it's still hooked off that spot.
We will have an all-lefty matchup for the title. This year's Dick Weber. The Dick Weber Open.
Patrick Allen has advanced. He'll take on the top seed Jason Couch. Two southpaws head-to-head, as Randy pointed out. And how about Patrick Allen against these legends? He'll be 7-1 now, lifetime against Hall of Famers.
And Patrick's averaging about 248 at Walter for his career.
Not
on
bad.
TV.
Those are all TV matches. 3-0 against Walter on TV.
Great run this weekend.
And the lone right-hander is gone. Pete Weber acknowledges fellow Hall of Famer Walter A. Williams Jr. The incredible second half of the season continues for Patrick Allen. He's one match away now from winning 2 titles in 3 weeks. And who's waiting for him? The top seed, the big Florida Gator fan who loved that national championship for Urban Meyer on the football field. Now, on the lanes, he'll try to become the king of the day and repeat the feat. Defend his title in Fountain Valley. Can he do it? We find out next. Late legendary father, the Dick Weber Open at Fountain Bowl in Fountain Valley, California. Second straight year, Dick's name associated with this great event. Stepladder final. And we are down to our final match. Looking forward to heading to the Las Vegas area again for the first time since 2003. Strike Zone Sunset Station plays host to the pros. Last time the PBA was in Vegas, Lonnie Walchek defeated Patrick Allen for his first career title. Lonnie Walchek, guys, by the way, still on the bubble for the Tournament of Champions. He's been there 9 straight weeks, and it'll happen again here because no new winner on the list. Randy, can you handle the Geico Championship recap? Can you do it for us?
What does that mean, Dave? It's so easy, even a play-by-play announcer could do it?
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Match number 1, Walter A. Williams Jr. takes down Parker Bohn III, 227 to 225, Battle of the Hall of Famers. In our second matchup, Walter A. defeated Andrew Cain by a score of 216 to 205. Walter A. coming through in the 10th again to beat the rookie. Match number 3. Walter A. then takes on Patrick Allen. But Patrick Allen takes out the king, 249 to 245. PA beats the Hall of Famer again. setting up a great championship match for the 2007 Dick Weber Open.
Our Geico Championship recap. Jason Couch, the top seed. Can he break the long streak of futility for #1 seeds? It's been 9 straight without a win. Maybe it changes. We find out next. Who was the last top seed to win in a stepladder event? It was Chris Barnes. 2005 U.S. Open over Patrick Allen in a great final by 1 pin. Chris won a major in New Jersey. Here's Patrick Allen, somewhat symmetry on the sport here, against Jason Couch, the top seed.
What to do? Well, let's hope we make the right call.
What's he talking about, Chris?
Looks like he's trying to make some decisions on this left lane. It's a little tougher lane for him. Left to ring 7. Some light shots that carried.
Maybe.
There's enough to get him thinking.
Hey, the guy just, what did he shoot, 248 the last game?
Took down the King, Walter A. Williams Jr.
Lined up.
It tells me he's thinking that Jason's going to shoot 250 or better, and he's got to have a magic ball reaction this game.
Here's Kim, who's made the trip from Claremont, Florida, near Orlando, where Randy lives and Norm Duke lives. Get well soon, Norm. Back home watching today, healing that broken toe. Good start for the top seed, Jason Couch, who told us yesterday, Chris, we look at our Ace Hardware matchup, very confident he could break the string. 9 straight top seeds have lost in these stepladder finals. Will it happen today?
Jason is one of the few people that has defended his title. He's already done it twice. He's looking to do it for a 3rd time this week. PA has beat him, though, twice already. I don't know if PA can pull off the trifecta as great as Jason's bowling right now.
Tell you what, and Jason Couch was able to do this week what he likes to do, and that's really get on it. A lot of power, a lot of speed. That's the way his game was built. That's the way it was designed, and that's what he likes to do the best.
Oh, some late action for number 7.
Got hit twice.
Not once, but twice.
You talk about walking into somebody's wheelhouse. This is Jason's wheelhouse, and he hasn't got to show it in a couple of years out here because we haven't had a lot of oil in the front of the lane. His ball's picked up too early. This week there's oil down lane. It's all about power, and he's got more than anybody else.
Game's most powerful left-hander. 2 shows in 3 weeks for him, too. He just rested himself over the holiday break. Patrick Allen makes the ball change with his equipment, and he gets some help, too. How about 6? Falling there on a late tap. And a good start for the 2 lefties here. They're perfect.
It might be his house, but I'm knocking.
Watch a 2-pin go to the wall, come around, pull the string.
We're good. Let's go. Make the call on this lane. Come on. Come on.
Jason's been pretty quiet so far, but mark our words, we'll see plenty of emotion from Jason Couch.
Yeah, it's early.
As the match unfolds.
It's early.
What a run for Patrick Allen here throughout this event. And today,
I'm knocking, baby. Come knocking. I'm knocking. I'm knocking.
He just called JC out.
Come knocking, baby. Come knocking. I'm knocking. I'm knocking.
the Denny's PBA Tour version, Randy, of Trash Talk. Now, what will Jason do with a strike of his own here to keep pace? Looks for the turkey to begin this championship match.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
Knocking, Hans. Keep knocking.
Oh, the timing. Oh, the symmetry.
He got that shot back from a long way, Chris. I mean, That was further left of any shot that I've seen today, but that's the power of this guy right here. And I'll tell you what, in my opinion, if they hold the lanes out here on the left side of where hooking it was an advantage, nobody would touch this guy.
Well, there for a while in those majors, he was playing third and fourth arrow, and nobody else could even touch him in there. And he led 2 or 3 of them in a row, where he was the only left-hander even close.
Looks for the front 4. Has it. What a start for these 2 great champions. Perfect games going to the final. Jason Couch, the top seed. Patrick Allen, the 2 seed. More on the way. The Dick Weber Open on ESPN is brought to you by Ace, the official hardware store of the PBA. Ace, the helpful place. By Atonic, the official footwear of the PBA. Atonic, first one there. By H&R Block. When you got H&R Block, you got people. And by Discover Card, it's time a credit card put you in the driver's seat. Oh, what a start we've got here. We are in Southern California, so all looks go here, no doubt about it. Great to see a packed house in Fountain Bowl. We're in Fountain Valley, Orange County, about a half an hour south of Los Angeles. Patrick Allen looks for the front 4. Perfect start for each.
Great bowling fans here in this part of California. I grew up in Southern Cal, went to school in Venice, Santa Monica, did a lot of bowling in this center.
Right move, no.
And the break, not the move he wanted or the result, Chris, with a 4-7.
He was talking about he was making a move here, and his last shot on this lane looked pretty good. And he was hoping he made the right move halfway down the lane, and it came off that spot really hard. He must be feeling a lot of friction in the front of the lane, making his ball pick up too soon. And he just said he's going to chase it. He's going to go ahead and move right, create more angle through the front, get his ball further down the lane before it hooks.
And is this problem being created by Jason Couch?
Yeah, I would say so. Jason, they had a lot of practice in this break. It's the longest break on the show. They each got about 10 or 12 shots apiece, and Jason's rev rate can really make it move around in a hurry. On top of the fact you've already had 3 games with left-handers in it, too.
Hard to imagine, guys. Top seeds like Jason Couch are 0-5 this year. Ryan Schaefer on Long Island and Norm Duke. Wes Malott. Sorry, Chris knocked you off in Chicago. Tony Reyes knocked off Wes Malott, Taylor, Michigan there, Detroit. Doug Canover, Jack Jurek. It all started. Walter Williams Jr. set the record against the top seed Pete Weber, Japan Cup this season. Top seeds just can't win. Patrick Allen wants to continue the trend here today.
It's not knocking anyone. You know, I don't think his rev rate's high enough to get it back from the spots that this guy can get it back from. And Jason Couch, I'll tell you what, when the lanes start to break down, it's got to be nothing but an advantage for this guy. The king of revs on the left side of the lane. He can get it back from anywhere as long as the lane will allow it. Wow.
Perfect start ends, but he's got a 7-pin to deal with.
I'll tell you what, he thought this was money off his hand. Look how great this is. And that's one of the fastest ringing 7s you'll see.
Huge Gator fan. Had 2 plasma TVs. Rented a special hotel suite in Reno to be able to watch multiple angles of the national championship game. And this week received in the mail his Gator championship hat, 2 T-shirts. Average leaders this year, Jason Couch. He is in 4th this season. Norm Duke trying to defend that title from last year. Norm, as we talked about now on the broadcast today, healing that broken toe. Back home in the Orlando area, Walter A. Williams Jr. just turned another fabulous season. Wes Malott, 5 TV shows, Chris, to lead the way. And you're at number 8 right now.
Yeah, I'm hanging on, but those guys have really put it on them this year.
Go back to Tommy Jones, Japan Cup 04-05. Last time someone defended a title. Can Jason Couch do it? He thinks so. Jason Jason 13th on the money list, 7th in the rankings right now. A very slow first half of the year, as did Patrick Allen.
Well. All right.
Well, how about the LA Times covering the Fountain Valley action?
Guess with me here, CD.
Good to see Billy Oatman there and Kelly Kulik as well. First woman to make our Denny's PBA Tour exempt list. Bill Plaskey wrote the column. No sport like life in the oil lanes. Good to see that serious media attention, Chris, in a big market like this.
Absolutely. They do a great job here in LA.
Whoa, watch out.
You know, Randy, last night, PA said that when the lanes transitioned and they started to pick up in the front, it wasn't his best move to go ahead and move right. And he's moving in where Jason is. His best move all week was to stand on top of it, maybe go to weaker balls that didn't hook as much, and he's gone away from that strategy here today.
That's the last chance he's going to get on that lane as far as not striking. He has to strike from here on out on the right lane. And Jason Couch, our tournament leader, he decides who starts the match, who finishes the match. And guess what? Patrick Allen will have to finish his 10th frame on the right lane.
Does cover the 3 pins. After his shot went through the nose on the strike ball. 2-4-7 down. Jason Couch can feel it. The door is open. And this is 49th career television appearance. Looking for his 14th title. Didn't like that much. Almost had a split to deal with. Just the single pin conversion now.
The oil pattern is broken down on the left side of the lane from all of the traffic, and it's favored Jason Couch because of the fact that Jason throws a stronger ball. He can go around it more. Patrick Allen likes to go down and in. He likes to go a little bit straighter. And unless he makes a big move and tries to do a little bit of what Jason's doing, he doesn't have a chance in this match. And the question mark is, I'm not sure he can do a little bit of what Jason's doing.
Stays perfect, single pin spare conversions this week. Patrick Allen, but still in a 12-pin hole right now. And time is running out because Jason Couch has had a great look. He's struck in 5 of 6 frames. Chance to go up as he works on a strike here by 22 pins. Will the top seed finally win? 5 times this year, 4 times last year. Top seed toppled. 7 pin.
Wow, you can hear him say, he said too big of a move. He's feeling some friction out there too. The heat of the lights is making this oil dry up a little bit, along with so much more play than these guys are used to.
It seems like Jason's anticipating it, though, and moving.
My guess is he made a 1-board move there, and it's probably a half. And doesn't sound like much, but it's turned into a couple of boards down the lane. That 9-pin didn't get out of there in a hurry.
No, it didn't. It's, you know, with the strongest balls Jason throws, I mean, keep in mind, again, 45-foot oil pattern, oil now moving down the lane, not a lot of back-end reaction. Hard to believe his ball would ever leave a weak 7. But again, on the very long patterns, you get a little bit light pocket, and you run that risk.
Now the tendency here is off that flat 7 is go ahead and catch it a little bit more. This is the one to watch out for. So doesn't turn to a 6-pin or a 6-8.
So the top seed struggles, guys. Last year, first ever season.
Yes!
The PBA Tour that a top seed didn't win an event, and Jason Couch has designs on changing that.
Can you hear the wheels turning? He's got a lot of thoughts going on in that head right now. What do you think, Chris? I mean, He's trying to make an educated guess as to what the right move is.
At this moment right here, he has to be totally committed to whatever move he's chosen, or this has no chance.
Big shot. 8th frame. 7-pin again.
Not really.
Yeah, and I think that was his biggest concern is when he starts to move in, because he doesn't have the power that Jason Couch has. He starts moving in, he tries to go away from the pocket a bit, he runs the risk of leaving that flat 7.
Yeah, it looks like PA's ball is a little bit shinier than Jason's already. And you combine that with a little bit less rev rate. You know, the thing he's been fighting his thumb down, and I haven't seen that shot at all. He's thrown it awfully well, but his matchup's going away, and he's gone away from his strategy during the week, too.
Watch out. Does get the 7-pin. Has not bowled poorly here, but Jason Couch has been more solid.
Please, please stay behind at one time in your life. God.
Being awful hard on himself for a guy that won a couple weeks ago and is still very much alive in this match.
Come on, man.
Tap number 7.
That looked like Reno 2 weeks ago for the win.
Envy, baby.
It's all about strategy, making moves at this point of the match, Chris. And as Patrick said, no one can get further left than Jason can, so he's got to make his adjustments the other way.
He said, but he actually moved into where Jason is. He's still to the left of him. He's not as deep as Jason, and the ball going through the pins is kind of showing that a little bit, that he can't get it back quite as easily.
Patrick Allen can strike out to shoot 236. Jason Couch strikes out, he shoots 259.
Looks for the double. Foundation frame, 23-pin lead. Which
One more good one.
he has.
One more.
That puts him in the 230s. He needs 9 spare 9, and he will win. Or the best way to win in this situation, just throw 10 back.
Wife Kim watches closely. Daughters Courtney and Haley back home. Must be locked right now to see Dad so close. He's done it. And the streak is over for #1 seeds losing on TV. Pete Weber's impressed.
God love Dave Osborne.
Dave Osborne, the proprietor here, general manager. Great week always here at Fountain Valley, and Jason loves it.
You envy me, boss? Oh, man. That was good.
Finally, a top seed is won. 14th career title for Jason Couch.
Well, Chris, it doesn't get any better than this.
Now, Jason did a fantastic job. He threw a great shot on the right lane that was tougher for everybody. Threw it perfect. Didn't let himself get too pumped up. Got settled back down, so he didn't throw the next shot through it. Money in the 10th.
My good luck charm.
Back to back, making a habit.
I'll take the Dick Weber Open anytime. You know that.
His wife elated at another championship for Jason Couch, our top seed.
Sweetheart, thank you, Mama.
Suffered a torn meniscus in his knee in the first half of the year. Doctor told him you'll
Hurry
need
up
some
already. I got stuff I got to do.
surgery, but it won't be till after the season is over.
Hi, Courtney. Hi, Haley. Thanks for watching. Daddy loves you.
Daughters back home must be thrilled as well. What a day for Jason Couch. And finally, we can put the top seed futility, Chris, to rest. Your streak back in the U.S. Open when you won that title over that guy, Patrick Allen. Finally, another #1 seed is won.
He did talk about the one thing he didn't want to be was the bookends.
There's no placking with that ball.
So,
No. That ball's too good. There ain't no placking.
two sides of that.
No toothbrush needed.
Talking about the strength of the bowling ball he's throwing.
So don't plaque.
All right.
He was obviously in between a couple different decisions. Didn't make the right one, and that's the hard part in a one-game format. You have to make the right call with the head going fast.
He has repeated as Dick Weber Open champion here in Fountain Valley, California. We're heading to suburban Las Vegas next week, Motel 6 Classic from Henderson. Be sure to note that special start time, 12:30 Eastern Time. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now for the entire crew, Chris Barnes, Randy Pearson, Dave Ryan saying so long from Fountain Valley, California, where Jason Couch has done it again. Finally, the futility of the top seed is over. It had been 9 straight for the #1 seed over 2 years, and Jason Couch ends it and repeats as winner here at the Dick Weber Open. We look forward to seeing you next week in Las Vegas, 12:30 Eastern Time. A great day of tribute to the legend, Dick Weber.